Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spitball, I'm Matt Taylor here with my good buddy.
Sam Gibbons.
As you may notice, the Mr. Amundsen is out today. He's got what, a dinged wing?
Dinged wing. He looks good though.
Yeah, now remember you got to put that up on your face a little bit more.
Well, I can hear myself.
Well, that doesn't matter. You can't. Then it'll give us unequal levels.
All right. Well,
that sounds better. Yeah, Kyle just had surgery on his shoulder, so he's out today.
yeah, and he looks good. I mean, he's got his arm up and it's in a proper spot. His hand is unused, so it's gaining weight. It looks really good.
I am super excited to start injecting him with my secret chemicals.
I was going to talk to him about that, but he didn't. I mean, we talked about other shit.
Oh.
But he needs it.
No, he's in. He's in.
Is he?
I just wanted to make sure that he got the surgery first because I didn't want to so the PBC 157 is as everybody knows, is this peptide that heals tendons and ligaments. But I'm just not sure what it will do if you have a actual torn off tendon or ligament, and it makes sense to me that you probably want to wait till it's reattached before you start doing the healing process.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe not. I don't know. But you had a good experience with that stuff as well, right?
Yeah, I'm still 100%.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think I did it for 2 weeks?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then it was fixed.
Not very long.
No, not very long at all.
Because we were working at 9th Street together at that time, and what actually happened to your ankle?
I slipped getting into a car in the winter, and it was embarrassing, but I was by myself, thankfully, and my ankle and my foot rammed up into the side of the car as the door was open.
Oh.
And just did a little turny thing.
Huh. And the doctors were like, you're going to need...
Yeah, they were essentially saying, oh, when the swelling goes down, you should probably go in and have surgery because there's a bunch of shit floating around in there, and this thing has pulled away from the bone, and you're screwed. And
how long was it between then and when we were working together at 9th Street that you were...
Maybe, when it was fully healed?
No. How long between the time you heard it and the time when we were working at 9th Street and you were limping all around?
A couple days.
Oh, it was that quick. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was dumb.
I
was pretty dumb.
I thought it was because we were working together at 9th Street, and
I skipped one. I did. I was going to work, and then I skipped because I couldn't.
Yeah,
I remember now. Yeah, it's still probably a couple weeks.
Okay, so not long. I actually thought it was longer than that.
No,
I thought that was an old injury that was bugging the hell out of you for a long time. But I remember we had a shift, and by the end of the shift, you when you have somebody who's really fucking hurting, and that you can see the pain swimming in their eyes, and it's they're right on the edge of actually crying.
It was pretty bad.
And I was like, dude, you need to sit the fuck down. You are your face is hurting me.
Yeah.
And then I hooked you up with some of that stuff. Though, if you don't know, it was originally Sam who turned me on to the whole concept of it anyway. And I had such great success, and I said, dude, I'm just going to bring you some. I don't know if it'll help you, but I'll fucking hook you up. And then you did it for just a couple of weeks and went from...
I used it for 2 weeks. I didn't even use all of it. I still have it, actually. And it worked fucking a miracle.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It was amazing.
And have you gone back in and had your ankle looked at?
Nope. Feels great. Why would I do that?
Well, I guess. I would be curious, though, if you did. It'd be interesting to see what the difference is.
Yeah, I should probably go back in and at least have it looked at and see what they say. And if they go, oh, well, it looks better, but you still have shit in there, I would believe that's probably the case.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not it is kind of a fucking miracle, but it's not going to put shit back where it's supposed to be.
And it's not supposed to fix the cartilage attachment damage that I had. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's and that's whenever you're getting into shit that there's really no research on.
Yeah.
You're just rolling the dice. Who the fuck knows?
And I probably would have believed it was more likely some sort of placebo plus just got lucky and healed thing if it wasn't for your elbow and then a couple other people that we've talked about.
Right.
It's fixed them too.
So I think last time I had just given some to a buddy of mine who has had terrible tennis elbow, which is what I had, and this is the guy I train with, and so I'm training with him all the time, and I can you just know that when somebody's kind of not working at full potential, and I hooked him up, and he said the very next day. I messaged him. I said, "Hey man, I know it's only been a day, but how's your arm?" And he said, "25% better." And I've never had any improvement of anything I've done. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. So then I went and trained with him last Wednesday, so it'd been a little over a week, and fucking god damn it, he's a monster, and I really wish I wouldn't have given it to him.
The funny thing is, you knew as soon as you said, "Oh, about 25%," you knew what the next progress was because the same thing happened to you.
Yep.
I said, "Matt, how are you?" And you're like, "Oh, it's like 25% better." It was like
Yep.
2 days.
Yep.
Well, a week later, we were working together, and you said, "Yep, feels good. I'm going to start rolling."
I'm good. Yeah, and it's still 100%. Every once in a while, I'll get a little, but I mean that happens to everybody. But actually, my left arm hurts me more than my right arm these days. But yeah, and then I usually will just give myself a little insertion.
So I assume that you keep telling everybody that this is a research chemical, right?
I don't know how often I say it, but fucking do your own research. It's PBC 157.
BPC.
BPC.
Yeah.
Body Protective Compound 157.
And TB 500.
And then TB 500. The BPC is not even a banned substance. It's completely like there's nothing. It's not illegal. It's nothing. It is just that it's only meant for experimental use, and it says like right on the vial, not for human consumption. So you're really rolling the dice. We're not making any whatever claims.
It's all anecdotal. I mean, but
it's all anecdotal, but it totally works. And then the TB 500 is a much more researched and well known.
And that one is banned.
And that is a banned substance in competitions, but it's not illegal. You can still buy it legally. You can still get it legally. And, yeah.
So Olympic level, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But we're not Olympians, so fuck it.
Right.
Jam it in me.
Yep. I'm all for it.
That sounded odd.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay.
So I haven't really seen you since COVID, which is I haven't seen a lot of people since COVID.
Yeah, April 10th.
But you escaped the BLA.
I wouldn't call it escape. I mean, once BLA infects you, it's always going to be in there.
That's true.
You have antibodies. I think I have antibodies for Brainerd Lakes area. But man, I fucking love this place. Why would I not come back?
Well,
I got family here.
It was weird because it was right in the beginning of COVID. The lockdown had just happened, and nobody was seeing anybody. And then you were like, "All right, bye." Yep. There was no like.
Well, I got hired on like April 5th or something like that, and they said you have to report to the office by April 14th.
Yep.
And I had to pack up and go. COVID fucking in full swing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it's really weird to just like you just disappeared because nobody saw anybody during that time period, and then boom, you're gone.
We were supposed to have a thing at 9th Street.
Yep.
Rob was going to set something up where we were going to,
have a going away party.
Basically have a going away, destroy your liver party. That never happened because obviously we're fucking in lockdown.
Yeah,
nobody was talking to anybody. I packed up, said goodbye to the couple of friends that were there, and I was like, see you, Brainerd.
So how is Colorado? Are you in Denver?
Yeah, just south of Denver.
Just south of Denver?
Yeah, if anybody knows the area. It's like DTC, Denver Tech Center.
Is it a like a suburb?
Yeah, it'd be like if I said I live in Bloomington.
Okay, the cities.
Yeah,
right.
People just Eden Prairie. It's the cities. You live in.
I don't know anything between Bloomington and Edina or where it's all the same. It's all the cities to me. So that's kind of like that. It's like it's still part of Denver, but
I'm a half an hour away from downtown. I got light rail that goes right by my office and right by my apartment, so I can literally be downtown in 40 minutes at a game if they had them.
Right. So how has Denver been during the lockdown?
I would say it's probably exactly the same as here.
Really?
Yeah. They still have bar curfew, which they don't have here, which I found weird.
Oh, what do you mean? What time do they have to close?
10 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody gets power drinking in.
COVID has been so weird for the day drinking and the power drinking.
I think just drinking in general. People are desperate to get back to whatever it was that they had,
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way. I was in isolation for 6 months, 5 months.
Everybody was kind of in isolation, but even when I was in isolation, like I still got to see, I have Meta and the kids, and I still saw Kyle and stuff, but you're in a brand new place with you don't really know very many people.
Yeah, and I had to go to the office every day. I still have to go to the office every day. They sent everybody home except for a certain level and above. You have to go and,
do your thing.
intermingle for some reason because we're essential. I don't know. So we show up.
Which is super weird, right? Because can't you pretty much do your job from anywhere in the world?
I can do my job. I can be in fucking Botswana and I can do my job.
As long as you have an internet access and a laptop.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's a bizarre one to send you to the office.
But my position is essentially a direct report to directors and above. So I am like the subject matter expert for that level. So they need to have hands-on with that person so they can filter questions through them. That's kind of what I do.
You sell bullshit.
Yeah, kind of.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, good job. Good work if you can get it.
Yep, it's good work if you can get it.
Huh. So we were talking a little bit when you got up here that you were kind of glad that you ended up having to go to the office because it was your only...
That is that was my only interaction with anybody.
Yeah. So you would have been just like sitting in an apartment all by yourself, like.
Which is kind of what I do when I'm not working. I mean, I get to work like at 6 and I leave at 3:30, somewhere in that neighborhood, and I go home and
sit in your
twiddle my thumbs.
Huh.
Watch TV.
Huh. Well.
Yeah.
Is there anything left?
For
TV?
No, I think I've watched it all.
I think that too. I'm like, there's just no TV left.
And they're not making anymore. That's the problem.
Right.
Now we're going to get into a lag where it's like, we've watched everything. They
Right.
haven't been producing anything. They're going to start digging these shitty shows that they canceled out of the woodwork to put them on TV just so there's something to watch.
Right. I mean, I haven't had TV in a really long time, but
Well, even Netflix.
Even Netflix or whatever. But yeah, it's like there's just nothing. Though the new season of The Mandalorian's going to drop, and you weren't a huge fan, were you?
No, not really.
Oh,
I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's bubblegum pop fucking TV. It's entertaining, but
right.
I have such a bad taste in my mouth from the prequels.
Yeah, me too.
Force Awakens, all that shit. They're just garbage.
I don't even count them. Like
you have to. It's the sum totality of like,
right,
fucking Star Wars. That's what it is.
I get what you're saying. It's just, I feel like that's all dismissible. I really only like the peripherals. Like, I loved the Clone Wars. I loved Star Wars Rebels. I loved The Mandalorian.
You actually like the history and like the
getting
setting.
kind of the minutia,
right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to me if it's animated. And then I'm really excited that they're going to do. I guess they're coming out with a Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
So is it true that they're going to get Ewan McGregor to do it?
He's already signed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And that's it's a neat time period because it's basically, after,
Order 66. He's hiding on Tatooine, or is it?
Yes. Yeah. It's pre New Hope, so it's in that in the doldrums.
Doing?
Well, I know that I don't know much, but there is Darth Maul lived. That's part of the whole Clone Wars thing. That Darth Maul got cut in half, but
he lived.
Yeah, he fucking lived. He's badass.
Oh, they cloned him, didn't they?
No, he just lived, and then he ended.
Does he have magic legs?
Like animatronic legs.
Yeah, he's got magic legs.
Yeah, magic legs.
Yeah.
But then he ends up. Actually, he's a really cool character in
the cartoon.
In the cartoon, very cool. Yeah,
I've tried to watch it a few times.
Some people have such a hard time with it. Kyle couldn't do it forever.
It's the animation.
But there's just a point where it just ceases to matter at all.
I've watched bits of it, like some of the bits with Ahsoka or Ahsoka or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's cool.
My cartoon crush.
That's hot.
After season 2. She's a little girl in season 1. She's a child.
Oh, that's probably a good
and then she becomes a young adult.
Why are you excited about The Mandalorian? What makes The Mandalorian so good
one thing is that Ahsoka is going to be in season 2 of
for season 2, but why was season 1 so good? I just loved
everything about it. I love westerns, and it was just a serial western with cool fucking armor, and I can't think of anything about. There wasn't anything about it I really didn't like. I really liked. I can't remember his name now, but the I Have Spoken guy. I just liked it. Oh, speaking of it, one of my buddies, Caleb, works at the what is it? Is it Clow, or where do they make books? clow stamping or
Bang printing.
Bang printing. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
They just did
And
this.
yeah,
Oh,
and
nice.
they just did this book, The Mandalorian, and it's the art and imagery. And this thing is fucking beautiful because that's one of the things I liked the most about The Mandalorian was all of the like cool art that they did. And so he was able to like snag this one off the press
Nice.
for me, which is cool because it's not even out. Like, I mean, maybe now you can get it in like Barnes and Noble, but up until then, like I had it before everybody else.
You're special.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So thanks, Caleb. I know you don't watch. No, I think he does sometimes. I don't know.
I don't
He knows I like The Mandalorian.
I don't know who he is.
Oh.
As a like a side story to that, Bang Printing used to print role playing
D&D
game
books,
books. Yeah, I used to get because I knew somebody there, and I used to get cover ripped copies of them because they wouldn't let them leave the place without ripping the cover off.
Oh, I think
yeah.
that's probably the case of that one. But
That-
Caleb didn't rip the cover.
You forgot to. Well, it's hard. I mean, it's hardcover. I mean,
I'm
it's,
not ripping it.
Yeah, you need a knife, and that's just
Yeah.
hard work.
Yeah, he's probably not strong enough.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of gaming books that have ripped covers.
I'm joking. He's not strong enough. He's one of the jujitsu guys I train with, and he was like a
His grip strength is amazing.
he was like a Ohio collegiate wrestler
Oh,
when he
yeah.
walked in the
Like
door
a
tough.
Big Ten level.
I don't know how far he got, but still he did all through high school and then all through college wrestling. So he's a good wrestler.
If you're Big Ten, then you're a destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not fun,
Yeah,
but good guy.
I'll pass on that.
Yeah. I try to duck him. So what are you doing back?
Getting stuff, saying hi to people.
Yeah.
You know, I had to bug out in April, and I just left
When
left stuff behind.
Right. Cause you had to like do it quick and you didn't have anything set up out there.
No, and I hadn't even seen my apartment. They took pictures of it and they walked through with a camera and they did a virtual tour, and I'm like, that looks good enough. That's all I can do.
Do you like it?
It's all right. I mean, it's all apartments. They're cookie cutter, boring.
Huh.
They have to appeal to the lowest common denominator. I don't like it. I would rather have a house or my own thing, but it's a fucking apartment.
Yeah.
I get to go to bed without getting rained on. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a plus.
I'm literally 2 minutes walking from work, which is
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's harder to call in though.
Yeah. I see you out there. What are you doing?
When I lived on 7th Avenue, which I was like literally 4 houses down from my office, and my day job is always very flexible, but I always had a 10 a.m. meeting, and literally in the meeting room they could fucking see my house. And I was inevitably late. I mean, I was maybe 10, 15 minutes late to that fucking meeting.
What was your excuse?
And I'd always say like, traffic on 7th was fucking bad this morning.
Yeah, the
7th Avenue. Yeah,
really bad.
the 2 blocks. Yeah.
What is on 7th? Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Literally nothing.
And the truth is I was always late because I had to go to Caribou first.
Your double
I
espresso
could
or whatever
not.
you're getting.
I get 5 shots of espresso. Yeah.
Fucking madman.
Yeah. I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day. That's when I went to the doctor. He asked me how much coffee I drank. I said, just 1 cup a day. He goes, well, that's really good. I said, well, it is 5 shots of espresso. And he goes, what the fuck? But
Years of running a cafe built up your tolerance too high.
yeah. And like, if I don't have it, I am like fucked. The last time I couldn't get coffee was something like, was it Christmas Day or something like that? And I went there and they were closed, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And like, I like panicked, and
You start like hitting people up. Do you have coffee in your car?
I had coffee here, and I came home, and then I had to like make the strongest coffee I could possibly make, and I had a headache all day. No, and I don't even know why. Even if I had a fucking espresso machine here, like even if I had my espresso machine here, which I still have, by the way. I never throw anything away. I still have my original espresso machine
From
the Eclectic Cafe.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Those things are fucking expensive.
I know. If I like took it apart, like it needs some work, mostly just like cosmetic work, but it needs to be taken apart and totally cleaned. I know.
Aren't they like $4 or $5 grand or
Well,
something?
that one when I bought it was 12 grand.
Jesus.
And even though it's 30 years old, as long as it's functioning, yeah, it's still I could probably sell it, but I can't sell it.
It's sentimental. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels wrong. Would feel wrong. I'd give it to somebody.
And they would have it sitting in their kitchen counter making
No,
coffee.
I'd give it to somebody, like if somebody wanted to do a food truck with an espresso machine
Yeah,
or
there you
something.
go.
Like if I believed in somebody's, then I'd give it to them. But I haven't found anybody that like it wants to really do that. So I can't convince Rob to put in a coffee shop in the back. So
And he has no room. You put that thing, it's like 7 people can't sit down anymore.
and like that's a 220 boiler that thing costs like $300 a month to run, just to have it plugged in.
Because it's constantly
Yeah, because
maintaining pressure.
It's constantly maintaining 9 bars of pressure, which is it's a fucking heavy duty hot water heater.
Right.
But so you don't want to just have that thing plugged in on your counter to make an espresso every now and again, and it takes like 7 hours to like
Get it
go
up to
from
pressure.
Yeah, to go from zero. So it's not like you can just pop it on in the
So
morning.
it's pretty much useless unless you want a food truck or
You
give it
need to
somebody
have a
as
coffee
restaurant.
shop. Yeah,
There you go.
Because if you're not gonna, you need to be selling some serious coffee if you're gonna like keep that thing running.
Or you could sell it on eBay.
No, fuck no. I don't want to sell shit. I don't like it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
It's just a fucking coffee. It's real. I mean,
So like I don't.
is there blood in it?
I
or
don't
something?
really like selling anything. Like I don't enjoy. Like I never put shit on Craigslist or whatever. I'd rather just throw it in the garbage, honestly. But
Because the hassle's way
yeah,
less.
the hassle.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stuff that I like have an emotional attachment to, then I really don't want to sell. I mean, like I don't know. It just feels gross. I can't explain it, Sam.
I don't know what to tell you.
And I kind of had like it's not like it was always that way, but it was a while ago. But when I kind of went through my epiphany, like after the Shine, closed, and I just was like, I don't have to try to like be successful anymore. I can just be completely content with whatever I have, and I just will reduce my lifestyle to the point where I don't need to actually make any money. And I went through that whole,
Right.
It was about a year where I went through and kind of pretty much gave up all the like, I still have a ton of possessions, but like all my things I was attached to, like my house and blah, blah. And then, after that, I just like it got to the point where I never wanted to do anything for money. I don't even really like working for people for money. Like it bothers me.
Is
Like,
it the money part or?
yeah, I don't like it to be transactional.
Oh,
I know it's weird.
that is,
I'm a fucking hippie.
you are kind of a hippie.
Well, speaking of that, I was over at this is
It's beautiful sculpture.
I'd like to thank everybody for nominating me. This is my Manly Man Award. So, my buddy PJ Severson, this is fucking heavy duty. You don't realize how
It's even
massive it is.
aluminum and it's still
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, it's solid aluminum. So my buddy PJ Severson, who owns the 218 now, also has the little pizza shop called Slice on Oak on
Very good
Oak
pizza,
Street.
by the way.
Super
Holy
good.
shit.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
But they had this old Hobart mixer in there, huge floor model mixer, and it had this fucking dough hook stuck on it for maybe 20 years, and he couldn't get it off. And he was talking to me about it, and I was like, I can fucking get it off. I'm like, don't tell me, I can get it off. So I went over there. This was like 4 months ago or whatever, when they were still kind of under construction, and fucking like 4 hours. I could not get that goddamn thing off. I mean, I had it in a tub with boiling water and every caustic chemical I could come up with, a torch, and I was like, I failed. I fucking couldn't get it off. And PJ, who's been on that podcast several times, is an asshole, and so he just wouldn't fucking stop giving me shit about it, and
Because you're not winning.
yeah, because I didn't win.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me the other day and he said, all joking aside, I got a new dough hook. Will you come and cut that dough hook off? And I was like, yes, I will be. What are you doing right now?
Which looks like what you did.
Fucking right. Took me forever. It was such a bitch because you have this, it's a steel rod in the inside of it. And then you have that aluminum around the edge. Well, you don't want to cut the steel rod.
Yeah. Because you've basically ruined the drive
you don't want
mechanism
to
of the
ruin
mixer.
that.
Yeah.
So you have to just very carefully cut in. But I figured one cut, I'd be able to like pop it apart, get it off. No, fuck no. So I had to cut like little chunks out of it, like little pie wedges out of it all the way around until I was finally able.
And then how long did that take you?
About 4 hours.
Plus the additional 4 hours?
Yeah, that was a way. I have a little time into this.
So what you're saying is it took you 8 hours to get a mixer off?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds wrong.
Yeah, that sounded perfect. It took me 8 hours to get a mixer off.
Is that the longest it's taken you to ever get anything off?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. And then after I got it off, he filmed me at the end, and I did a little video. I said, fuck you, Meta. Because guess who else won't let it go? Every time I say I can fix anything, she's like, well, apparently not a Hobart mixer. I'm like,
wow. But yeah, you did.
So then I got this, and then I was like, I'm taking this home. And he's like, okay. I said, it's my man prize.
Well, it is. It's like a great humanitarian of the year award.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh,
but nice. then he tried to give me money.
And
I was like, fuck, no, I'm not taking your fucking money. And he's like, oh, come, Jesus Christ. And I was like, I said, our relationship is not going to become transactional. And he goes, you fucking hippie. And I was like, love you too.
So at what point are you going to accept something from him? Is it like you stop by and you get free pizza? I mean, what the hell is it?
But he gives me free pizza all the time. I mean, that's the thing. And we're friends. It's kind of mutually beneficial. Right. Like, you know, I would, you know, like if I would feel no hesitation to call him and be like, dude, I'm fucking stuck in the ditch. Come and get me.
Right.
And he, you know, like, so that's, you know, that's what friends are for, you know, exchange money. Gross. So.
Yeah. But okay. So do you find that it's insulting that he offered you money without thinking about it? No,
because it's him. He's, you know, I knew he was going to offer me money, and I knew I was going to tell him to shove it up his ass. So Rob and I get into it all the time too, because Rob's always pushing money on me, and I take money from him when I'm working or whatever. But I don't like. It's like I already love him. We don't need we're brothers. It doesn't. We don't have to have anything more. Okay, so you have some issues with some of the things I've brought up lately.
Well, I have issues with the shit you say all the time.
I know, but.
Which one are we talking about?
Well, recently I did the podcast, me and Kyle, and I got into the whole thing about police brutality not being I want to say this carefully because it's a careful subject. That I believe that police brutality is a problem, and I believe that we have a systemic racism problem, but I don't think that the numbers bear that police brutality is a systemic racist problem. Did I say that correctly? I think I did.
If that's where your argument ended, I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
Okay.
But you kept putting forth statistics that said, essentially.
Now, you got to remember, I was putting forth somebody else's statistics. Right. I didn't go and do this research. It was from Sam Harris, who is a reputable, like he.
I think there's some Muslims who would argue with you.
Yeah, I don't disagree that he definitely pisses off the Muslim community.
He's got a hard stance on it.
I also totally agree with him on most of it. I mean, I have a hard time disagreeing. The problem is, and I think it might just be that I'm not that smart. Because I can definitely like buy into somebody's philosophy if they put it out in a way that like makes sense to me, and then I'm like, I believe you, I'm all in. But I don't have an issue with his Muslim belief or his Muslim stance. I mean, I just listened to a podcast that he had on there the other day with a woman who like was married to one of the fucking like Al Qaeda like terrorist people,
right? And
like she escaped the Muslim community, and I guess what I think is interesting, their point is that like modern feminists seem to be like holding up like the Muslim culture as some kind of like, you know, icon of feminism, and it's fucking not. It's got like fucking. There's nothing about, you know, female genital mutilation that is a fucking
right,
feminism,
or forced head coverings, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm never going to argue on the side of, yeah.
It's pretty tough to take on it to say I'm in favor of female genital mutilation.
But I've also not lived in a Islamic country. I've also not lived or experienced any of that, so I have no firsthand experience other than what people like Sam Harris say, or the few Muslims that I've known in my life. Like that never comes up.
Right.
Yeah. So I have no firsthand experience. However, back to the police brutality thing. My issue with it is, there's a famous quote. I really can't remember the guy's name. It's like Cook or Lee or something. And it's basically, there's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics.
Yeah.
And it's essentially, what he's saying is, you can, and you can use any math or any statistics
Right.
to argue any point.
For sure.
You can twist anything.
For sure.
But saying
But I don't.
that,
Go ahead.
that one, there are racist cops.
For sure.
100%. Are all cops racist? Of course not. Are all cops violent? And
That's not the narrative coming out of like mainstream media these days.
Yeah,
that all cops
are bad.
and
are bastards. Is that what it stands for?
And I may even have been. I mean, I think I even said one time, and at the time I definitely thought, and maybe I even do believe it. But like the thing is like the whole idea is that a few bad apples. There's a few bad apples in the police force, and that is not representative of the entire police force. And my argument is the fucking saying is a few bad apples spoils the bunch. That's the point.
Right.
You can't afford to have bad apples in the police force, because if you have a bad apple in the police force, it makes the entire police force corrupt. Even if it's only a few bad actors, the problem is that it ends up permeating the entire culture.
And not just that, it erodes the reliability and the trust factor with the police. I mean,
Right.
you need to expect them to come to your house and not accidentally shoot you because this guy is just got an anger problem, whatever. The one guy out of 10,000 or whatever it is.
Right.
I mean, these guys have to be held to the highest standard.
I agree with that.
And also,
yes.
also paid that way too, by the way.
Well, see, and that is really what it boils down to. And I think you didn't listen to his deal, did you? To the one.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't want to get too deep into it.
Yeah. Because I did a really horrible job. Like, I feel like I put out the numbers correctly because I wrote those fuckers down. But like, he got really into like what the actual problems are in policing and how they can be fixed. And one of the points that he made, and I thought was really important. Do you still have a permit to carry?
No.
No, but you did. You did carry
Like for years.
For
Yeah,
years.
yep.
And I've carried. I have a permit to carry, but I haven't carried for years. But I did carry for a while, and I quit carrying because I didn't like the way it made me feel. Right? It made me feel like I would catch myself thinking, if I were getting upset with somebody or whatever, I could just fucking shoot you in the face. Right? Like, now that makes me sound like a psychopath, and perhaps it does. But it's like you have the ability to just make it go lethal at any moment, and I think it ups the stakes of any argument. And you if you're carrying a gun, you can't afford to get into a grappling match with somebody.
Right.
Like, you can't afford to any time. It just makes the seriousness of the situation always ever present.
Yep.
And that's an issue with police, but it's not a very easy issue to solve, because I remember one time you said that, did you say that you thought maybe police shouldn't carry guns? I know you said
Yes,
that police should.
I did.
Okay. I know that you said that police should have a higher bar to defending themselves than self-defense.
Yeah, I think so.
Which, when you said that to me originally, I thought you were fucking crazy.
A lot of people think I'm crazy like that, though.
Yeah, but I was like, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Well, I have thought long and hard about it. It bugged the shit out of me, because you are one of the smartest people I've ever known. And
you need to know more people.
fuck, it's Brainerd, man. Yeah, well, I mean, really, yeah. You and Darg they're like my smart friends. So like, and then
It's sad that you have to filter some shit through us because
and then I got Kyle. That's like we're on the level. Kyle's very smart.
That's mean.
It's just
Kyle,
smart.
you're very smart and you're handsome. I love
he's
you.
smart he's super smart in like a different way though. Like everybody's different, but
Yeah.
I've never heard you say anything that I thought was fucking retarded until you said that.
Yeah, I remember leaving that particular show and I was going, man, I think I pushed some buttons, or
Well,
I said some shit that like kind of the dead air after I say it.
I was just like,
you didn't engage
I
on
was just
it.
fucking. Well, yeah, we thought about it a little bit, but I was just like, well, and then after the podcast, I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, you seriously believe that?
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, you said that because we were talking about an incident. I don't remember exactly what the incident was, but that a regular person, if they feel like they are in a situation where their life is threatened or whatever, they have the right to defend themselves with lethal force. Like that's the way.
Provided the context is good. Yeah.
But you think that police officers should have a higher bar than that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I was like, that seems crazy to me because anybody should have the right to defend themselves. And I actually thought, I don't know where I am, that police officers shouldn't even have to have that high of a bar, like up to self-defense. They should be able to, shoot, to use lethal force, possibly in the protection of property, or possibly like a lower bar than is for everybody else.
Sure.
And you disagreed with that.
Yeah.
Explain it to me.
Well, I mean, the police are there to protect us, right?
Yeah.
Even if you are a complete fuckwit
Yeah.
and you're shitting on somebody's yard and then you punch the guy, and I mean, restrain him, obviously, but if he starts, whatever, mouthing off and he punches a police officer, the police officer should not be within his rights to pull his gun and shoot him, or even pull his gun and tell him to get on the ground. Just, you're a police officer. You are trained for this one. You're probably physically more imposing than most of these people.
Unfortunately, they're not. That's a problem.
But you also have 600 guys within the county or whatever it is that you can call upon a moment's notice to come and restrain these guys. Yeah, it's more difficult. Pay them well so that it's worth it for them. Right now, a lot of them are. I mean, some of them, I don't know what people are getting paid now, but some of these municipalities, they're getting like $10 an hour, $15 an hour to start.
Yeah.
To police. I mean, maybe it's not the most difficult specific job, but you're responsible for people's lives.
And that's like kind of a misconception too, because everybody's like, it's such a hard job, and it's not really that hard of a job until it is, right?
And then it's the hardest.
And then it's
job.
the hardest job ever. So it's kind of like being a firefighter,
right?
Right. It's not hard sitting around in the fire office, but when the fire happens, then it's a difficult job. So I see that. So I think that you're definitely right that police officers aren't paid enough. I think that's
and they're not trained well enough.
With the caveat that they're not trained well enough.
Yep.
And I know
I'm not a defund the police thing at all. I think it may be spent a little bit better.
Yeah, I think that I never really had quite an opinion. I never really understood defund the police, and I've had people try to explain it to me, but a lot of the times that what they're saying seems like it's fucking bullshit compared to what is actually being. So it's like there's the protesters or the people that are like, screaming defund the police and da-da-da-da, and then there's the pundits that are trying to like rationalize what that means, and they don't seem to be speaking the same language.
Because it means different things to different people.
Right. So, but it's almost like the apologists are saying, okay, so what they're really saying is they're saying that they want to have a stronger social working system so social workers can respond to them mentally. Okay, I'm in favor of that, but that it doesn't seem what those people in the street are screaming about is what they're talking about. They're not saying better social workers. They're saying
no.
They're saying
they want
fuck
the
police.
riot wagons and the assault rifles, and they want the cannons and the tear gas. They want all that shit gone, and it costs a lot of money to have it and maintain it and have the teams that know how to use it. And that's a huge part of the police.
The militarization of the
militarization of the police. And I think there's an argument to maybe get rid of that. But if you go kind of the way I would like to see law enforcement go, where you have the front lines of law enforcement be that's a terrible word, the ombudsman of
what does that word mean?
basically like the social interaction, that aspect, like you.
The social workers.
No.
But no, but like seriously,
these cops they go into your neighborhood, they literally get out of their car, they walk up to you and say, "How's it going?"
And these are the least militarized of the police.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, they don't even need a lethal intervention mechanism, whether it be a gun or whatever.
Right.
They're just there to make sure that everybody's cool.
They have the weapon that they have. As
everybody's happy in their neighborhood. Nobody's worried about whatever's going on, and then they go and deal with whatever. I mean, if there's kids or assholes fucking around in the neighborhood, or if there's somebody breaking in, they go and investigate it. And then, if it turns into a bigger thing, then they've got investigators that just kind of do that.
Right, but they have like the radio. That's their big thing. That's
their big
weapon.
thing is, my weapon is, holy shit, bad stuff.
Right.
It's just me. I'm unarmed. I need 7 guys. Bring them. And then you have a response team that's armed that can take care of shit.
That's right. So
but
kind of
their
like
presence
like a special forces like model.
Yeah.
Where you have like
I don't know if that's the right terminology, but it's definitely kind of like they're there tactically to insert into a bad situation, and that's it.
Right. So I was listening to Jocko talk about the situation with the protests and the police brutality and stuff, and I like every word that comes out of the man's mouth, but he's got pretty mouth. Jocko, if you're watching, I'm just kidding. Don't come and strangle me. But he was talking about how, like, and not that it never happens. You can definitely like find examples of like military brutality.
Oh yeah,
you're right. But that in the special forces, in the SEALs and in the the high end special forces, that is so incredibly rare and unlikely because they're so highly trained.
And it's antithetical to squad discipline if you've got one guy who's just a piece of shit.
That can't happen.
Right.
There can't
he's gone.
be
as
one
soon
guy.
as they can get him out, he's gone.
They can't make it.
Right.
And they can't even get there. You can't even get there if you're a piece of shit. You can't get through buds, and you can't get into the teams if you're a piece of shit and nobody in your team likes you. You can't do it. You'll fail.
I believe you. I don't know anything about it.
Well, that's what he says.
Sure.
And
okay.
so, like, yeah, because the only way to get through it is to, be super fit and da-da-da-da, but also be part of a fucking team. And if you're not, if they're unwilling, if you make your teammates unwilling to fucking help you, yeah. And I think that if we had some kind of training system like that.
Discipline,
but also the reason SEAL teams are so effective is because SEAL teams train together.
Right.
For situations. Our police force, most police forces do not train together on teams at all. That's not really part of their thing. Like some of them go on to their seminars and so on and so forth. But I mean, our police force is.
So I mean, here's the problem, right? You have a police officer that makes anywhere from 50 or 45 grand to 80 grand a year, depending where you are and what you do. But most of the street cops make somewhere in that range in the bigger cities. Right?
Yeah, we're talking about teacher money here.
Yeah. So they go out and they go police these areas, generally where the crime is, generally where poor people are, because crime and poor people tend to go together, unfortunately. And,
right. That was part of the statistics that I was talking about.
Right. And so that's where they go, and they don't live there. They don't know anybody there. Right. They only know them by association with crime, right? So they only know the criminals. They don't really know the rest of the people because they don't get out of their car. I mean, some probably do. They might see like shop owners, or they go to Chipotle or whatever, you know what I mean? They occasionally see people, but that's not part of their gig. They're in the SWAT car. They respond to things. Right. They see criminals.
Well, and getting out of your car is dangerous. Right. And when you're out in the...
I don't disagree, especially in some of these areas. It's just a bad idea. But because you are a physical, potentially violent presence and you don't know the people are going to be on guard and wary of you. So you have no social familiarity. And I think that goes back to your comment about the SEALs. They all know each other, and they've all like they have social discipline with each other, right?
Right.
They have familiarity.
Somebody's moving a refrigerator or something.
That sounds great.
It's great.
So there you go. I mean, because they're so disconnected from the people that they're responsible for protecting, it removes that a part of the trigger discipline that they have, or the violence initiation discipline. And I'm not saying that cops are just looking for violence, but when shit happens, and you got, I think you go, well, I know this guy, or I know his family. I think I have an idea, or something.
I think, well, one statistic that I talked about last week, which I thought was interesting and also kind of made sense, but in a kind of a macabre way. Is that the right word?
Sure.
Like
I don't know.
dark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that, see, I'm using big words now because I'm with the doctor, so I had to brush off my vocabulary. When you're going to use a word like macabre, it's best if you then look at the smart person and ask if you used it correctly.
And just look with your eyes and go, is that right?
Is that right?
Is that right?
Is that Black and Latino police officers are more likely to use lethal force against Black and Latino suspects. Like the numbers bear out.
I wish
way.
I had researched that one, because that still sounds bullshitty.
Did you find?
No, I wish I had.
Oh.
No, I just looked at the other stuff. Most of the statistics that you were talking about, which I looked at, were raw numbers.
Okay. Right. Again, you're criticizing Sam Harris, not me. But I thought that so it doesn't matter if that's true. I was trying to think, if that is true, why is that true?
Right.
And I think the reason is because if I were policing, my group of people that I know, right? I would definitely know which ones are fucking monsters. You know what I mean? And like, if I'm going to have to listen, if I ever have to fucking arrest Brock Larson,
good luck.
I'm just going to shoot him a bunch of times.
Probably from a pretty good distance away.
As far away as I can with as
right.
large a caliber
yeah,
gun.
That's probably a good
like,
idea.
there is no taking him into custody. Like, for me, because I know that, so fuck it, I'm just going to shoot him.
I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but when I lived in the Pequot Lakes area, there was a sheriff there. And he's no longer there. Forsberg, I think, is his name.
You said you weren't going to say his name.
No, I'm not going to say the other guy's name.
Oh.
He occasionally had to go and arrest a dude, and he lived in the Pequot area. He's well known as just a bad dude, like drunk and would do shit.
Right.
And every time he had to go out to arrest him, he would show up and say, "Are you going to get in the car, or are you going to make this difficult?" And he'd always say, "I'm going to make this difficult. Go fuck yourself, pig," or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, like 35 cops, almost like they would call in Nisswa, they would call in everybody from Pequot, they'd call out in off-duty people, and they'd have to go and wrestle this dude, and it would always take all of them every time. And then, he's lucky that guy's lucky he didn't get shot, because whatever. And he would break fingers and bust noses and hit people in the head, and it was just a bad.
He was obviously white.
He was very white.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, but this is Pequot, so everybody's very white.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I just thought that statistic was interesting. Okay, so we're talking about, I don't remember exactly, but one of the things that I think is super important to look at, why, so I think cops are undertrained, but I think one of the highest ways that they're undertrained is in their ability to do
de-escalate.
Well, yes, but actually hands-on arresting, like once they've put hands on the suspect and like whatever, and you like Google like botched arrests, and it's fucking crazy watching these guys. And you say that most of the time the cop is going to be bigger and more aggressive, but that's not the case. A lot of times they're trying to arrest some big badass motherfucker.
True, and I've seen a lot of cops that may look big, but they're
pussies.
They're also kind of out of shape.
Yeah. Oh, lots of them are out of shape. Which
they can bench press pretty well.
Which shouldn't be okay. Like,
of course,
you should maybe it should be fine if you're going to be the budsman.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin, Omnibusman.
Yeah, sure.
If you're going to be that guy, okay, fine, have your pot belly or whatever. But if you're on the B team or the one that's going to respond, I mean, those people should be as
Peak
well
physical
trained,
condition, yeah.
as well trained as like, a tactical unit in the military. I mean, they don't have to be fucking Navy SEALs, but they got to
Right.
be as good as I don't know another part of the military that's good, but like I'm sure there are some. I'm sure there are tons of them. Rangers. You got to be, and you have to be in shape, and you have to train, and you have to. But also, man, like.
And every one of those guys should have probably served on the street for quite a while to get that training where their focus is de-escalation. So
Yeah.
even when they come in as the tactical unit, they're still like, I don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah. The thing is, though, the crazy thing is those they don't usually kill people. Like the tactical unit, and we're gonna have my buddy Josh Carter on at some point. I talked to him. I went out to his house and I went out there to pick up a trolling motor, and I was there for 3 hours. We just couldn't shut up. But it was we were talking a little bit about, he was on all the like tactical teams. He was a sniper in Iraq or Afghanistan. I'm not quite sure what it was, but he was saying that's not when people get killed, unjust, unwarranted, whatever you want to say, murders don't happen when the tactical team's coming in. The only time, like, not to say that they don't end up having to shoot people, but they're shooting people who are shooting.
It's the chaos of trying to understand the situation before they come in.
Yeah, but I mean, I was talking to him back in the day about some of the drills and shit that they were working on, and you would be the bad guy, right? And you would have a paintball gun, right? And you would be laying in bed or whatever, and then it would be go, and your job was to get up, get your gun, and shoot the guys before, and you can't do it. But I mean, the fucking tactical team comes in, and it's like the door comes out, the light, the brine, and you're on
So
the
the guy in
ground.
the bed is like, he's going to get arrested for coke dealing or some stupid shit
whatever.
or shooting
Yeah, he's
dude.
got armed.
But he's got a gun near him.
He's got a gun
And he has
underneath
to go
his
from
pillow or whatever.
sleeping to shooting, basically.
And he knows it's coming, and you still can't do it.
Did they flashbang him and shit?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
don't do
gotta
all
be
sorts of
awful.
crazy shit. I don't
Wow.
know. I mean, I'll have to ask him because it's a long time ago he was telling me the story.
Sure.
But he was basically making the point of, if you're a bad guy and you have a gun and you're being targeted by the fucking tactical team, you're not going to win. Like, you don't get to, you won't even get to your gun before you end up like on the ground or whatever. But they don't accidentally shoot people very often. Like I mean, not to say that never happens, but the only time they shoot people is when they're not like, oh fuck, wrong house, we killed the entire family. That doesn't happen.
Right.
Most of the time the people who end up killing somebody unjustly are the lowest trained cops.
Right. They're the beat cops, the guys
beat
who
cops,
the first response.
I mean, I told that story before, but maybe it bears retelling. But when I when I got into the accident with my Astro van, I was helping Brock
I thought
build
that sentence was going to finish differently.
Jim, really?
When I got my accident with my ass
Astro
van.
Well, I got into an accident with my Astro van. It was probably 6 years ago or whatever. And it was in the middle of the night, whatever. Van was fucking trash. My tools were all over the fucking road. Oh, I'm still pissed about it, actually. I really liked that van.
Well, it's gone now, Matt.
I know. It was so sad, too, because they gave me $1,100 for it.
That sounds about right for an Astro van.
Totally justifiable amount of money. Not even close to what it was worth to me. You know what I mean? Because I had my whole life in that fucking van. Anyway, but I had just put brand new tires on it. And 3 of them were still there. The other one never was found. Like, I got hit hard.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, fucking front.
Where was this?
I was coming from St. Cloud at 3 o'clock in the morning, working on the gym.
I have heard this story,
Yeah, and I just gotten out of Royalton, just
Yep.
back up to like 55, and some dude flew across 4 fucking lanes of traffic to broadside me. And all the windows went out. I had all my tools in it. I almost rolled. Didn't really even get hurt, but
And the tire ended up in a field somewhere.
Yeah, fuck, we have no idea. I never did find it. The front tire was just gone. Anyway, but I wanted to get my other 3 tires off of it. So I went down there to train or whatever on my way back, and it was pretty late because I was sitting around talking. So it was midnight or whatever. I went back and I had my 3 old tires in the back of the truck, and I switched them out in the middle of the night. Probably didn't think that through super fucking good because it was like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Because the
You're stealing tires.
Yeah, the fucking wrecker was going to come and get it the next day. So I go driving back. I'm driving, dude. I'm paying any attention, fucking listening to a book on tape or some podcast or something, and all of a sudden I'm getting pulled over, and I probably didn't notice like right away that I was getting pulled over. I just was flashing light. It probably took me 10 seconds to notice or whatever.
But long enough
that cop was hot.
Right.
And he thought I was stealing tires. And I have no idea, fucking no idea why I'm getting pulled over. I'm not even speeding.
Right.
And I'm like I don't even know if I could speed. I was driving the Toyota from the farm. It's a little 4-cylinder, like, it's just not a...
It takes about 6 miles to get up to speed.
Yeah. So I was like, and man, that guy was hot and fucking huge light and like gun. He didn't have his gun out, but he had his hands on his gun, right. and he is just screaming, like, put your hands out the window. I was, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized, and you can just see his eyes are dilated and big nostrils, and I was like, hello, officer.
Was it just him?
Yeah, just him. And then like 3 more showed up, like moments after that, but it was just him who approached. He shouldn't have approached. I mean,
he should not have approached.
There was tons of things that, and I'm not criticizing him at all, but he fucked that whole thing up. If I was a bad guy, he did not handle that correctly. But he, I was able to de-escalated the situation. He didn't do that. And then after I explained it to him, and his partner showed up, who was the one who actually stopped last time, it was fine. But yes, that could have gone very differently.
Oh, for sure.
And if I were a person of color, I could definitely have seen that as a fucking ridiculous act of racism, even though it really was just my stupidity. Like, I fucking decided to change tires at 1 o'clock in the morning in a town that I didn't, I probably didn't think that through real clearly. It was on me. Mm-hmm. My bad. But I can see how that could be, can pile on people. But I don't necessarily think that cop, had I been black, I don't think that made that cop a racist. It just made him not a great cop. He did.
Had you been black, the cop would have. It's built in. That's just the way it is, because this is the rabbit hole. Sorry, Rob. This is the path that I was going to get to when you're talking about statistics, is because, in general, poor people tend to associate near crime, or criminals tend to be poor.
Right. It's not debatable.
Right. In this country, we spent a good portion of this country's history subjugating a whole group of people that had a particular skin tone.
Yeah, systemic racism.
Which made them poor.
Right.
Which made them associated with criminals and criminal acts.
Yep.
And it's built into this country for a couple hundred years.
Yep.
No choice. We have no choice. It's just there.
Yep.
And if anybody thinks that isn't at somewhere in somebody's mind, whenever there's an interaction in an investigation or a pullover or anything,
right,
that's just the way it is. And it's not that the cop is racist, and it's not that there's systemic racism in the police department, but that's just the way it is.
Right.
And to say that there's no skin color perception in law enforcement is just ridiculous.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that, but the statistics that you were quoting wanted to say that.
Ooh, I don't think so. I think what they were saying, I think what the statistics were saying, and I think what Sam Harris's point was, is that we are the country is at a breaking point right now, or at boiling pitch right now over, racial violence in the police department, and we're attacking. Actually, this isn't Samish. This is me. We're attacking a symptom of a much bigger problem.
Okay.
So we have cancer, and we're whining, that seems derogatory because it isn't like it's nothing, but we're treating the owie on our foot. Like,
so in this analogy, what's the owie?
So in this analogy, the owie is
police brutality,
police brutality,
or shooting,
racial
or
police
sure.
brutality, racially driven police brutality. You're 100% right. You kind of made my point, kind of, that you're right. People of color have been historically driven to poverty.
Yeah.
And currently and still have the remnants. It is getting better. It really is getting
once
better.
you're in, you're
but it's very
hard
difficult because of legacy wealth. There's that's the problem. Is
legacy wealth plus legacy thinking.
Yep.
Because my family's always been poor. It's a polluted thought, and the libertarians that are listening to this podcast will start talking about bootstraps and bullshit like that. And,
well, that's basically a proven misconception. I mean, you can't it takes a minimum of material to be able to rise above a certain level, and when you have no material to work with,
right,
you can't pull yourself up. There is no opportunity to do a good job, go to school, get a good education, or there might. I mean, you can't say that there's no opportunity.
Of course you can't.
But it's such a fucking tiny little amount compared to
on the
just the average bear.
On the spectrum of opportunity, you got this little sliver of poor folk over here, and then you've got a guy who his parents did pretty well and wealthy enough to have a house or whatever, and his spectrum of opportunity is fucking gigantic.
Right. Or just, me, I grew up, low, whatever. We were poor, but we weren't fucking dirt poor. We had food stamps when I was a kid for a few years, but I never went hungry, and I was fine. I mean, we were fine. We were poor, but we weren't fucking dirt poor.
Right.
And I had every opportunity, presented to me, and I did absolutely nothing with them.
Yeah.
But the opportunity was there. If I had applied myself in school and
Yeah. So the greater issue, the cancer, is essentially lack of opportunity. Because
poverty.
Of systemic racism that occurred for a couple hundred years and is still kind of bleeding over into everything.
Yes, I would say poverty is the cancer, and one of the causes of that poverty is the systemic racism. It's not that because poverty's poverty. If it doesn't. Non-kids of color growing up in shitty inner city neighborhoods don't fare any better. It's
right.
They're just as fucked as everybody else.
Right.
It's just they're a smaller number. So it's poverty that's the problem. Now, the difference between it is that the reason so many people of color are in that shithole neighborhood is because of systemic racism. That's how they got there.
The sheer momentum of...
And we know, but all of that is getting better.
Of course it is. I don't disagree with what you were talking about in the last podcast, is where you said we're essentially living in the greatest time.
Yeah, Steven Pinker,
oh man, he's tough to mention in any podcast just because of his racist. I'm not saying he's a racist. What I'm saying is what he tried to put out there is essentially being viewed as highly racist.
Totally. But it's just true. It's just
It's just cumulative statistics. That's all it is.
but it's undeniable. We are undeniably in the best time period, like historically.
Oh
Ever.
no, I wasn't talking about that. But I agree with you there. But he had.
I don't know. I just finished listening to Enlightenment Now, and I couldn't think of anything in there that would have been like.
No, it's not that.
There's a different one.
No, you probably should go and or he was on Rogan once.
Yeah, I listened to him on Rogan.
The model that he puts forth, or at least that maybe it isn't Pinker, but I think it is.
I mean, he's like considered like the most optimistic, person in the world. Like that's his big thing.
Yeah,
like he's like the super optimist.
I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's Pinker. But the model is, who are the smartest races?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that is Pinker because I do. It's tickling my brain who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's the guy. I can't remember his name either, but might be.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to look at this during the break or something. Or whatever.
Okay. I forgot where we were heading, but okay. So, but yeah, I totally agree with all of those things that you said. That the reason that we have that, like why it's so bad, is because it's just because of fucking poverty, and that poverty a lot of times or historically has been caused by systemic racism, and that hasn't gone away.
Well, that's just one of the causes of widespread poverty.
Yeah. And redlining and all that. But poverty today is not poverty of 30 years ago. Even poverty today is better than poverty of 30 years ago.
Yeah, in America.
In America. Well, yes, in America, for sure.
Just because kids are wearing, Coca-Cola t-shirts in the middle of Africa doesn't make them, enjoying our benefits. That just means that they got our hand-me-downs and they're still living in basically abject poverty with horrible nutrition.
However, like 30 years ago, there was the amount of people that had clean water, like just access to potable water, was way lower than the number of people who have access to potable water today. That's like just true.
Sure.
And then the amount of people that die of malaria today is far reduced to the amount of people that died of malaria 30 years ago.
And yet Bill Gates is getting vilified for what he's doing.
He's a devil. Yeah. No, actually, there's something interesting. I can't remember what the name of the foundation is, but it's a place that like you give your money to, and then they give your money to the most effective charities that are doing whatever, and they base their metric just on the number of lives saved. And one of their big, and it's an automatic thing. So you just say, hey, like, instead of me having to think about like wanting to help out that like little, cute little African boy with a big belly, I will what was that commercial though?
Yeah, no, Sally Struthers.
Sally Struthers.
Yeah. That's horrible.
You say, okay, I can afford to give 10%, 30%, whatever my income, and I'm going to put it, and then they do all of the thinking for you because they do it without emotion compared to what you do.
So how do you know that your money's being spent?
They tell you. They tell you.
Yeah, they tell you.
Yeah, but this place is fucking great, and one of their most effective charities is mosquito netting, insecticided mosquito netting. They can, for like $3, they can save like 10 lives. You know what I mean? And it's like compared to it's just one of the most effective ways that you can use your charitable money.
That's what kills me. This is what Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has been doing for 20 years. Is they've been providing potable water, mosquito nets.
So that's something that always kind of bugs me too. Like the new evil of America.
Pizzagate?
It's become wealth, right?
Yeah. Well,
hasn't it seem like it? Like, and I'm not saying real evil. I'm saying like fake evil. Like the thing that we seem to just mistrust and hate more than anything is billionaires. And I mean, I liked Bernie, but like it's one of those things where it's like just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you're bad.
No, what is bad, and I'll probably show my left leanings here, is that what is bad is the accumulation of wealth to such a huge density in one person.
Right.
Like that guy that's Bezos.
Yeah, Bezos.
Are you serious? Do you need all this fucking money?
Yeah, that's a weird one. And but then on the other side of it, Bezos gives more money to like charities than fucking.
Not as a percentage of his wealth.
No, he doesn't. But he gives more money than the next. I don't remember what the statistic is. Something bizarre like the next than the 10th wealthiest person makes.
Right. Right.
Or something like that. Like he gives more money away than the next 10th one down makes.
Yeah,
which is, crazy.
Charitable giving is great, and that's fantastic.
But when you get into like charitable giving is one thing, but when you start breaking into like the Bill and Melinda Gates like level of giving, that's a different thing.
It's different.
They're giving it all away.
Yeah, and that essentially Buffett has exactly the same plan. I mean,
yes.
He wants to essentially die with nothing.
Right.
It needs to go somewhere else and help people.
And which I think is great.
And maybe Musk and maybe Bezos have the same plans, but it's not articulated very well to everybody.
I really do like Elon Musk, but
yeah,
I like him.
So divisive.
He is, but I like him because he's so fucking weird. Like not because, like he's just so fucking weird. So, and it's fun.
I'm trying to think of. There is a book that I read, but essentially, like the quasi villain of the book is Elon Musk, or a guy just like him. Ridiculously wealthy, ridiculously smart, innovator, does the things, owns the companies that do the great things, and throughout most of the book, he's thought of as the villain. And then you get to know him. I mean, in the book, and it turns out he's just a guy who's pretty smart. And this is like he has a different plan. He wants to, maybe not this book, but Elon Musk wants to get us off this planet, or at least give us opportunities to get out this planet. He wants to give us better opportunity to communicate better. I mean, this Neuralink shit is crazy.
I'm telling you, the second that they
Starlink is crazy.
I'm so in love with my Jawbone headsets. My Jawbone headset that like if they can get me a Neuralink Jawbone implant, I'm fucking in.
Did you watch the presentation that he did with the 3 pigs?
No, the only one I watched was when they broke the window on the truck.
Oh yeah, no, they did the Neuralink presentation. It was him and 3 pigs and a bunch of people asking questions, and the developers, where they had implants in pigs, and you could hear their thoughts.
Oh,
you could hear like the radio chirping of what they were thinking. So every time they ate, and it was connected, I think, to their snout, and every time they ate, they would get a feedback as to what the snout was doing and when they were eating and what their brain was doing at the same time.
What would they say?
What they weren't saying, it was just
num 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 num. Oh, this is good. This is so good.
No. It's like,
I hope there's bacon in this. What the fuck's wrong with you?
No, but it was cool. We are. I've said this for a while. I mean, we are on the cusp of some crazy shit.
No, for sure.
I posted a while ago on Facebook, and it still blows me away after I read it, talking about a specific technology that involves my job, where you interconnect cities over fiber, and you've got 2 ends that are electronic, and then you've got the optics, right?
Yeah.
So you basically fiber optics, and when you're communicating across this link, you're using basically really high-end math and algorithms so the light is synced in such a way you can have high bandwidth.
Okay.
Well, they're developing and have developed essentially quantum entanglement across that link, so that instead of communicating at 1 bit level, it's going to start communicating at a quantum level, where not only does it go faster, essentially relatively, as fast as it can go.
Still the speed of light, right?
Well, and I don't want to get too deep into that. I think the more important thing is
tell me.
the most data that you could possibly transmit across this. It takes whatever you're doing today, from Chicago to at the NAP to LA at the NAP. You're talking about hundreds of gigs or thousands of gigs or terabytes, petabytes, stuff like that. It's just going to make it seem like that's nothing. Like we were dial up. That's how different it's going to be.
So it's using quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement across a fiber optic cable. Using existing fiber optics, existing technology to do it. I don't even.
So part of the packet is in a different universe?
Instead of being packetized, like you just said, where it's in like 8 bits or a bit, it's quantized. So you have 64 bits across 1 bit. And maybe it's more, maybe it's less. I don't know, but that's what they keep saying. It's so you can transmit, the entirety of what the internet transmits in a day, you can transmit in a second across one of these links.
This is how they're going to get into our universe?
I think did you drop something before we started this?
No, but I want to.
Then we can just talk about that for like 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Fucking really interesting. How far off is that?
Well, they've tested it.
So because that's what Elon Musk was saying. He's saying that like the problem is not the technology, it's the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Like we have the technology, we just don't have the bandwidth. I
think that's accurate in a lot of ways.
Yep. Yeah. So he's like, we can do it. We can implant in the brain. We can do it. We just don't have the bandwidth to like actually make it viable right now.
Right.
And is this going to solve his problem?
Well, it's going to solve. I think the short answer is yes.
So it's literally. Give me another example. You said from dial-up to broadband, but if this is what it really turns out to be, is this like the kind of. Is this like as big a invention as like the microchip or like the?
I would say it's like going from. I think it's even more than this. I think it's like going from the tube to the transistor.
Okay.
So the transistor basically took tubes, which took up a huge amount of space, and then turned it into now nano size, like femto size.
You know what's fucking crazy to me is like I can totally accept how a transistor works, but the fucking tubes, man, that's crazy. I mean, it's the same thing as like a phonograph,
Yeah.
And you're watching that needle fucking go in that like that. Fuck.
You're essentially crazy. Just dancing on ridges to produce a sound.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
That's crazy. But
you're totally okay with accepting like.
Yeah. My phone has 10,000 gigs of music. Fine. I totally can accept that. But man, those records, those fucking freak me out.
So it's stuff like that.
Huh.
It's shit like that. That's Starlink that he's doing. Where he's got, he's going to have 67,000 satellites, mini satellites hovering over the Earth in a low Earth orbit. So,
who's the billionaire that's doing more for the planet? Then you got, you got Bill and Melinda Gates who are like giving their billions of dollars away, trying to like come up with solutions to help people.
That's the non-sexy answer, obviously. I think they're doing the most that I know of.
But I feel like if the fucking rock is speeding our way, it's not going to be Bill and Melinda Gates that are going to come up with a solution.
That's just going to make us comfortable when we all die.
Right. I think that it's going to be somebody like Elon who's out there, like, who wants to drill into it and put a nuclear bomb in the asteroid.
Or put a breeding population on another planet or on Titan or on wherever you're going to go.
Yeah.
So that the human race can continue. That's pretty important.
Why doesn't he just borrow some of the spacecrafts from Nevada? All right, let's take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about aliens.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Spitballing, everybody. I'm Matt Taylor here with my good buddy
Sam Gibbons.
And as you already know, you're halfway through the show, that Kyle is out on maternity leave. He's spread some Vagisil on his arm, and he'll be back at some point.
Hopefully.
Yeah, he's good. I Googled on the break, is Steven Pinker a racist?
And it says
apparently
yes.
The internet agrees that he is. So fuck that guy. No, I don't believe that he is at all. I think he's just kind of an optimist, and I think that the far left fears optimism. Actually, I think both parties on the fringe fear optimism.
That's just scary. Why?
Because fear is why people vote.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like,
It's a strong motivator.
well, it's super hard to be for something positive. It's much easier to be against something negative,
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
So they're just like, yeah, fuck the police or fuck immigrants or fuck somebody,
Yeah.
you know?
That's really weird because I literally only vote for two things.
What's that?
Expanded free education, because that's what makes America smart.
Ooh, make America smart again.
And then free healthcare, essentially a democratic socialist education and healthcare agenda. And after that, I don't give two fucks.
Yeah. I don't really have, I'm not really much of a voter.
Well, that's not good. Yeah.
Well, I vote, but I vote kind of, I never feel good about it. I've never had.
I don't feel good about it either.
I never had a candidate that I like feel good about. Not for
this election is
not
garbage.
Yeah, this one's tough. But I mean, it's also super important because I don't know what 4 more years of Trump would actually do to the country.
I don't know either.
Like I think it could be catastrophic. On the other hand, I feel like Biden is so weak, and that like it's just it's so divisive now. But I think both sides.
I can't vote for Trump, and it's just,
Oh my God,
it's not a thing I could do ever.
Yeah,
and it's not necessarily because of fiscal policy or other policy. I mean, there are some things that, sad to say, he's done okay.
Yeah,
but
right.
He is an unrepentant cunt.
Yes,
and I hate him.
Yes.
Like, it's not Trump derangement syndrome. It's just that guy's a douchebag, and he talks like an idiot.
Oh, who's the guy with the sparkly underpants?
There's so many people now.
Yeah, but the politician, Republican, ran for, God, I can't remember his fucking name right now. Ran for president.
Sparkly underpants?
Yeah,
I'm
Mormon.
confused.
Yeah, he's Mormon. He wears the magical underpants.
Shit. I always thought of him as the talking eagle from, never mind.
How can we not remember this fucking guy's name? The only one who voted to impeach Trump. The only Republican who voted to impeach Trump.
Yeah, and then he got canceled by the right.
Kind of. Yeah.
What the hell's his name?
That is ridiculous.
That's sad.
You're my smartest friend.
Yeah, I don't care about.
Yeah, but this is a fucking household name.
Senator.
And I'm shaming you for a name I can't remember.
I'm just going to do Senator from Utah, and it'll probably come up. Oh. This is not helpful. What the hell, dude?
I don't know.
Oh, that guy right there.
Mitt Romney. God damn it.
Romney.
I came up with it before you got it. I just saw his fucking ugly face.
I always thought he looked like Sam the Eagle from Muppets. I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
He kind of does.
Yeah.
I would vote for him.
As a Republican that you liked?
If he were running in this election against Trump, I would vote for him.
Over Biden?
Yeah, I think so.
Because he was the governor of Massachusetts, I believe.
Yep.
If that's
sure.
accurate.
I don't know anything about him.
He also oversaw the Massachusetts healthcare initiative.
I know 2 things about him. He has sparkly underpants, and that's fucking cool.
I don't know what sparkly. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Fucking Mormons, man. Mormons believe in like this sparkly underwear that like has superpowers. Seriously, you never watched the fucking South Park? It's super important.
Okay, I'll look it up.
You gotta watch the Mormons.
I didn't know
South
there
Park.
was sparkly underpants. I just knew that Mormons were.
Yeah, and then John Smith like came with the tablets and everything, and in the South Park episode they have like the background music and it's dum 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 dum.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, all I know is that he voted to impeach Trump, and he was the only Republican to do it, and he's a Mormon.
Yeah,
but he's also not 160 and seems sane. That's all I really need.
Yeah, and he has morals.
Seems to. My problem with Biden is just simply that I actually really do think that he might be suffering from dementia.
Possible.
Though I did listen to a podcast with Andrew Yang a little bit ago, and Yang said that he doesn't think that
what does he think?
He thinks that he thinks he's fine. He thinks that like if you have known Biden and watched him through the years, he's always been susceptible to saying stupid shit. He's just a guy who has a lot of gaffes.
Yeah.
And one-on-one, he's great. One-on-one, he's like a really powerful, effective communicator. This is Andrew Yang. I'm not denying.
According to the right, because one-on-one with young ladies or maybe even young boys. I don't know. He's Commander Hair Sniffer. I'm not sure I buy any of this shit. But the point is that.
Well, Sam, I believe all women, no matter what.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all I had to say. I don't know. I didn't actually have a point. Just that it's fucking stupid to believe. That's like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Believe all women. Jesus Christ. Have you ever met? I can give you a list of fucking women that you just shouldn't believe a goddamn word out of their mouth.
I love this room, by the way.
It's great, huh?
Yeah, it's great. I like it.
It's cozy.
I'm definitely not touching that conversation topic.
So on Monday we had a team building exercise at my work, and it was it was called like the War of the Wizards or something like that, and it was it was fucking super fun, and
does not sound fun.
Well, it was a team building exercise for work.
Also, does not sound fun.
So, right, like this is not going to be fun. But I don't know.
You made it fun?
I think we all did. But so we were supposed to dress up like wizards. Well, of course I did. and then
because you probably actually have wizard shit.
Oh, of course, yeah, I have a whole wizard outfit. And then and I'm down here, so I this is my office as well as the podcast studio, and the guys that are running
like a Zoom conference.
Yeah, it's a Zoom.
Okay, all right.
Yep. And then so it was kind of like a D&D thing, kind of, that they were whatever. So me and my coworker Rena, like our assignment, we had our 5-minute breakout session was we each had to find something from our area to put into a potion so that we could defeat the wizard, and we had to explain why it worked that way, and I was the one who had to. So
this would make me quit my job.
So, that was so much fun. So I put in a hair of the Trump troll, right, into the potion, and then she put in some like fucking actual like mugwort or something that she.
So what's this potion do?
So we had to explain what the potion did. So the first effect of the potion was that it turned you a glowing orange, and it gave you the ability to deny all reality. It was fantastic.
Wow.
It was great. And then we were able to turn the trolls. It was so great because they were trolls. We were able to turn the trolls to work for us in phone centers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway,
I was a little on the nose.
It was great. And like the guys that were running it were just like dying. And then I did like a 20-minute Trump impression.
20 minutes?
I don't know. I just kept talking in Trump, fantastic, great.
Oh, like never actually finishing sentences, but then interjecting exclamations for no reason whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. There was this one point where one of them was called the doctor, and one of the guys asked her what she was a doctor of, and I was like, gynecology. And that's the only time my boss said, Matthew.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, you didn't say anything else.
Yeah, we were fine. And it's my group of, my close coworkers. It was fun. But
I mean, gynecology that's the term. Why would they say Matthew? Why would they get mad? You didn't say like
pussy doctor.
Pussy doctor. Lady part. Magician.
I specialize in the labia. Is that actually a part of vagina?
I think it might be on the foot.
Okay, good. On the foot vagina? Man, you're fucking some weird spots. So you didn't care for my theory of UFOs.
Let's hear it again. I mean, let's hear.
Okay, in a nutshell, because the last one was 5 hours long.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so in a nutshell,
really quick.
In a nutshell, so I'm not gonna tell you any of like the evidence for it. Just believe me, that there's a substantial amount of evidence that there was a civilization that at least was able to that at least had air travel, whether it was hot air balloons or whatever, pre-ice age. So at least 13,000 years ago. Okay. Also, there's all of these reports that recently, but have been going on forever, about the UFO sightings, and they don't call them UFOs anymore, but space or aircraft that are able to perform above and beyond our current whatever.
Specifically lately, the Tic Tac one from the Navy,
Yep.
which is really good.
So the question is, what are those things? Are they aliens from another planet? Are they from another dimension? So on and so forth. And my theory that I put to my sister Shelley was that they're just humans. They're humans from a pre-advanced civilization that have never left the Earth.
Right.
And have...
This is so stupid.
And have maintained like a society post-Ice Age and are far advanced because they unlocked the secret of gravity.
So why are they afraid of like exposing themselves, not that way, but exposing themselves to their post-genitors, us? Why are they afraid of that?
I don't think that they're afraid. I think that they don't because they don't want us to. We're not
supposed to know about them.
No, I don't think it's
maybe
even
they should
that.
be better about flying their spacecraft in such
well, see, that's
predictable
what I'm
patterns,
saying
and we
is
watch
that
them.
like that was one of the points I made. This is the first time where humans have gotten to the point where we can catch them. Like they've been around forever.
Yeah, but we've been catching them forever. Just
we've been citing them and
saying
differently, like and thinking of them as angels and thinking of them because they like.
So they're relying on the idiocy of man.
Yeah, and finally, man has gotten to the point where we're advanced enough where we're starting to like actually catch them and have video footage and shit of them, and But I don't necessarily think that they're trying to avoid it or avoid us. They're being all secrety. But it's just becoming more clear that the evidence is that there actually is something there.
So I would say, yeah, probably the evidence is becoming more and more clear that there is something going on. There's a UFO, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
That we don't know the origins. I think the most likely scenario, if it is aliens.
Well, I never said it was aliens.
Yeah, I know, but if it's an alien civilization or race or whatever, even if it's from here, they're not us.
Why?
They're not going to be. You're not going to fucking go find a guy that's like Bob in the spaceship flying around in this Tic Tac, going, "Okay, we don't want him to see us."
Yeah. So
they're different. They would have evolved way differently than us.
No, because the timeline doesn't make sense. They're not They're not like ancient, like millions of years. They're just
but
that civilization probably, and who knows, but reached its reached maturity, 100,000 years ago, let's say.
Right.
Humans have been humans for 350,000 years minimum.
If they have the technology to basically reverse gravity,
Yep.
I think they've probably figured out other technology.
Maybe they're like CRISPRing all over the place.
And where we are right now, you don't think that in 100,000 years we're not going to be basically melded with technology and essentially a different race, either genetically or technology, like a cyborgs. I know it's a stupid phrase, but a stupid word. They're going to be so fucking different than us.
I haven't thought about it, but you might be right. Though that's an interesting idea, though. I might have to chew on that a little bit. One of my reasons thinking that they are just human, is because there's so many post Ice Age deluge myths,
Sure.
that
Yep.
where there were people that came and humans that came and showed them how to how to plant seeds or how to do whatever, and the classic example is in but there's tens of thousands of them, is the Aztecs and their god Quetzalcoatl, thank you. God damn it, that one I always have a hard time. But that he was a bearded white man.
Coated pretzel. That's how I remember it.
Yeah. Taco Bell Teple.
See, I think that it could be humans, it could be whatever. It's definitely probes. They are interstellar probes. They're coming. They don't give a shit about what's here. They came here to look at shit, and they're like, the probes don't care that there's a sentient race that's got some technology. They try to stay out of view, but I mean, they're not going to succeed all the time because it's a probe.
Right.
They're probably self-replicating probes. They're probably bouncing from system to system, getting the materials to replicate themselves, and then that one takes off and this one stays here. Or 7 of them take off and this one stays here.
So that is something that I didn't get into but have chewed on, the idea that there was an ancient civilization that left the earth, but part of them had to stay behind to help repopulate after the cataclysm.
Okay, so that's 20 minutes. They've
Well, whatever, maybe they left after that, I don't know, but maybe that civilization did leave the earth and now has come back, or that's a possibility. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't out of hand dismiss the idea that there's, a human precursor that disappeared and is just kind of caretaking and seeing how we're doing, but they're off somewhere else or whatever.
But we've never had any evidence that they leave the atmosphere. Like, there's no.
There are sightings of stuff from the satellite, from satellite view, from the space shuttle. They even have UFO sightings.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know much about that.
Yeah. There's stuff that, they've always dismissed it as, that's just, shit floating in the atmosphere. It looks like it's a real, something zooming by, but it's not. It's just shit in the atmosphere. We're in orbit. I wonder
if we're going to find out anything more when they start declassifying, because that's supposed to be like the new deal, like the UFO, the X-Files government agency is supposed to.
Let me ask you this question. If there really is shit that we know, the federal government knows, isn't this the guy that'll be like, F you to the deep state and say, I'm going to bring this shit out here?
So this is an interesting thing. I listened to a interview with Snowden.
Okay.
And he said, I couldn't find anything. He's like, I looked.
And you know what the preponderance of evidence says? That there isn't anything.
Here's the interest. No, actually, see, I think it's the opposite. He couldn't find anything.
Oh, you mean like it's so scrubbed and too perfectly scrubbed?
He said, I remember, I think it was, it wasn't Joe Rogan interview. It was actually Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Yeah. I think it was that one where he was like, okay, tell me about the aliens. Yeah. And because he actually went to Russia. That's a cool fucking episode. John Oliver actually went to Russia, sat down and had a face-to-face conversation with Snowden. Yeah, it's like season 1. Oh. And it's one of the best, and like listening to John Oliver talk about it is almost as interesting as actually the interview, because he was like, it was fucking scary. Like, he was like, what the, I don't get paid enough to do this. It's fucking scary. But he went and he sat down right across from him and had this interview. But yeah, he was asking him about aliens, and someone goes, it's a great question. And I looked and I couldn't find anything.
So here's the thing.
But now we know that there is something.
Well, we don't know what we don't know.
We know that the government, we know now, because that just came out, like whatever it was, that the government has a whole like black book project, and that was like the news break.
Yeah, but all they were doing was confirming that they had an investigative team within the Pentagon. That's all they confirmed.
But Snowden couldn't find it.
Well, he could probably find that team because that guy publicly resigned. I can't remember the guy's name. He resigned as the director of that team publicly, like in 2014.
I think that it's so secret that, like, Trump can't blow it.
All right. So, 30, let's say you know 30 people at the bar, right? And you tell somebody a secret. How long do you think that secret's going to last? And let's just say that there's 1,000 people in the history of the United States that knew the secret, which is that there's aliens in Area 51 or whatever you want to call it, that they have anti-grav technology. The chances of actually keeping that secret are so fucking slim.
Well, they didn't keep the secret, man. Bob Lazar's fucking told everybody.
Well, Bob Lazar, he is, God, I want to believe him so bad. I really do.
I do believe him. I don't know that he is right, but so that's kind of, I think this is how I feel about Bob Lazar. I feel like he's telling the truth. I just don't know that he knows what the truth is.
Right.
Well, he only, because and by his own admission, he has no idea how much what they told him was misinformation.
Right.
He has no idea, like, what, like, he was so compartmentalized. So if he is just full of shit, he's really bad at it. He's really bad at being full of shit.
He's unconvincing, actually, as being full of shit.
He's unconvincing as, I say that in a better way, or
I think if he was like telling a fairy tale and he was doing it intentionally, I think he's bad at it.
Yes,
which is what you said
exactly. So his story is so shitty, it has to be true.
And it's not sexy. It's not sensationalized.
It's not sexy.
He just has a story like
sensational.
he looked into a room, he saw a thing that looked
Right.
like maybe an alien, and then that's as close as he got. People were really cagey about it, and then he got to work on technology that he firsthand says this was crazy shit.
Yeah, and the government erased him.
Essentially, yeah, took out his credentials, his education, everything.
They did such a thorough job of it that the erasing of him is more convincing than anything else, because they fucking erased him, but he existed.
So my problem with it is he's still functioning in society. He's still kind of. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going a little kooky because he's been erased essentially, so he can't just go teach or anything like that.
No,
but the feds are still harassing him because of this shit. But why don't they just fucking kill him? Why don't they just kill him?
Because this is the greatest country in the world. We can't just go kill people.
What?
It's the greatest country in the world. We can't just go kill people. I don't know.
When did that change?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Why didn't they just whack him? Maybe that would have given his story more credibility, but they did so many other things to him. But the thing is,
they're still harassing him. It's like, why? He seems kind of like a crackpot, so just leave him alone.
Jerks.
Like, could be.
But the whole story was fucking crazy. That he, but the thing is there is no doubt that he did work there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's also no doubt that he was a rocket scientist, because he's on the cover of a fucking Popular Mechanics with his fucking jet car. So they hired him because he was a rocket scientist. He did work there, and now he never went to school. He never it's like, you guys suck at fucking doing this.
And it's why that people are suspicious, because there's nothing. Snowden found nothing.
Right.
It's just perfectly erased.
Right.
He wasn't. I mean, Lazar's not perfectly erased, but you add up Lazar's story with a couple of other stories, some of which have been partially debunked, and then you put in the Navy footage of pilots that are looking at this shit, and they don't know what's going on, and they're like exclaiming that it's just fucking insane that these craft are doing this. You add that with Lazar, with a couple other things, and it's hard to deny that there's something out there.
Right.
Is it the U.S. government with black box probes or black book probes that they just don't, or spacecraft or something that they just don't want to release?
So that's like an argument that a lot of people say, that it's actually just our technology that is it's just U.S. technology,
right?
Like secret technology that we've been working on forever. Maybe that was even stemming from a long ago crash, or maybe we did. But the problem with that is that why then is the government investigating their own? That part doesn't make any sense. If it's our stuff, is it one part of the government trying to investigate another part? Is it because they don't understand what's happening? That's a possibility.
It certainly could be.
But I can't remember I don't have my notes anymore, but the guy, the pilot who saw the TikTok video.
Yeah.
Tic Tac,
yeah.
Not TikTok.
Yep.
He wasn't
Yeah, he wasn't doing memes and shit.
That's TikTok.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm not.
You don't TikTok?
No, I only see what I get from people who send me TikToks.
Yeah, I don't have it either.
In text.
Yeah. But listen to him. He was like, "This is there's just nothing." It blew his fucking mind, and he's a total normal, non-believer
Right.
who, I mean, that's credible. Like, he is as credible as can be. But then he was like, I'm not, like, nobody ever came to silence me. Nobody ever said, I'm a fucking soldier, man. If they told me to not do it, I wouldn't talk about it.
Yes,
but nobody mentioned it.
I saw his interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
He's
guy
like,
was very convincing.
Nobody's ever said anything about it. There's no guys in black coats. Like,
but then
we're trying to figure out what's going on.
You got the crackpots like Tom DeLonge, I think his name is. He used to be Blink 182 singer.
So I listened to the podcast. I actually listened to half of the podcast with him and Joe Rogan, and I was like, fuck this guy. And Joe, too, was like, fuck this guy. Like, what the hell? But then, apparently, so I hear, like, he's actually got some stuff going on.
He's got his production company. He's trying to make documentary videos about this shit. And he's buying information from people, I think. I don't know.
I heard something. Actually, it came from Joe Rogan as well, because he was talking to Jamie. I listened to most of his podcasts, unless the only ones I don't listen to are the sports ones, which is funny because it's where I got to like Joe Rogan was from doing the UFC
MMA stuff,
and whatever. And now those ones I skip because I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the names, and I don't dislike the people that he has on, but they're not fucking smart.
Right.
And I skip a lot of the ones that he has with comedians too, unless they're ones that I really like, because I really just like when he talks to smart people.
Yeah.
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 But he was talking to Jamie about the guy from Blink 182.
Yeah.
And he was saying, you remember that fucking bozo? Well, apparently he's got some fucking real shit going on now. Like, I thought he was a complete lunatic, but I guess there's some progress on some of the technologies or whatever that he was toting.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'll have to look more into it. But
there's another documentary guy he's basically saying the same thing.
That Bob Lazar documentary is fucking garbage, though.
It is kind of bad.
Don't watch that piece of shit.
It's drama.
Listen or watch the Joe Rogan Experience with Bob Lazar. Yeah. That's the best Bob Lazar interview ever. And people gave Joe a lot of shit because they were like, it was softballing him and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, first of all, Joe's not a fucking investigative reporter, goddammit.
He's also not a very good interviewer.
And I think he has a
great platform.
I don't think he is an interviewer. That's the point.
He's having a conversation.
He wasn't interviewing Bob Lazar. Right. He was having a conversation with Bob Lazar. And that is far more powerful than a fucking interview.
It's definitely more interesting.
Way more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I
would want to have a conversation with Bob Lazar like that. I would just go, well, tell me what the fuck's going on. I want to know what's going on. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go, well, let me, on December 7th, what were you doing that night? This does not add up with whatever the shit you were doing.
Right. Yeah. The whole.
Also, you're a chronic masturbator. We have it on camera, so you must be debunked.
Is he a chronic masturbator?
I think we all are, actually. So, okay.
I don't know. Chronic. I mean, it seems a little extreme.
Chronic animal masturbator. There, now it's worse.
Isn't it weird that pot is called chronic? Do you know why that is?
Because you do it all the time.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking weird name for pot.
Well,
I only see that on Jay and Silent Bob. They seem like that, but they're all chronic comics and all that shit. Yeah. So you didn't think you thought, so to sum you up, I'm probably right on the whole alien thing. Is that right?
I think I right now my mind is leaning towards okay.
What did you say in the bar the other night? If you say Atlantis, I'm fucking out of here. And I was like, I'm absolutely saying Atlantis.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of what you're saying. You're saying
it is Atlantis. What I'm saying. But it's not Atlantis, but I am saying that
it sure as fuck isn't Gobekli Tepe or Taco Belly Tepe or whatever it is.
Tepekli. Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
That's not advanced enough of a building to even...
That is not what I said. I said that Tepekli Tepe, which are a monolithic rune in Turkey that date back to at least something like 18,000 years, but that's like minimum. It could be much older than that. And they're a monolithic structure that was built before pre-Ice Age and was buried on purpose. They know those two things. That goes against all of the typical archaeological beliefs, the current mainstream archaeological beliefs. that's it. I wasn't saying that they were the advanced civilization. I was just saying there were civilizations.
But basically, when I looked at you and I asked you about it, and what I saw you doing was, it's aliens.
It's not aliens. It's It's us.
They might as well be aliens. They're going to be something different than us.
I wish I had more ambition to write, because I feel like I have a fairly good like outline for a novel.
Why don't you write it?
And I'm fucking lazy.
Yeah, there's always.
I mean, I can't even finish my own fucking book, that I'm hundreds of pages into.
Yeah, you should finish that too.
I know.
You sent me a piece of that. I read that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh. How long ago?
Last year.
Oh, yeah.
I think last Christmas or time.
Yeah, I haven't done anything since then. That's why
It's really embarrassing. You should really write.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna. So the problem is on the book. I'm stuck in fourth grade, and nothing fucking happened. Well, see, the thing is like, so in third grade I was in Holdingford, and then we moved to Royalton in fourth and fifth grade, and those I don't have anything to say about those years.
You're ticking off some great towns there.
Well, I might just say, and 2 years later, because the story I really want to tell is like sixth grade up.
Well, then you need.
So I might just have to skip that part. That might have to be one of those like where we change actors,
Mm-hmm.
where it goes from the little kid, where it goes to little Anakin to big Anakin. Just let's pick a better actor. Like a big Anakin sucked.
And get a better writer.
Yeah.
I'm not than you, but I mean whoever wrote that shit.
Lucas or whatever.
Oh my God.
I don't know if he actually did.
Fucking Star Wars, so ruined by fuck these guys.
Yeah,
fuck them all.
from the create.
Just shitting on my childhood.
The Star Wars has been so ruined by the person who created it.
I know.
It's true. Lucas, stay the fuck out of Star Wars. Let Favreau do his job.
See, and it kind of sounds like your aliens. Well, I'm sorry. Precursor human theory is kind of a Lucasy writing.
Do you think so? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's us.
Huh.
No.
I like the idea of the keepers. I like the idea of this of a
What's their goal then? What do they want?
I don't know. I haven't come to that plot point yet. No, I think that originally they were like trying to reseed whatever. They might actually be hanging out because there might be another cataclysm coming as well,
Oh.
So maybe they're just
pile in, guys. Pile in. Shit,
no,
coming here.
That's not the way they operate.
What are they going to do? And why are they anal probing us so much?
I don't know about the anal probes, but I mean, fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Thursday.
Drunk weekend.
Yeah.
You want to go down to Missouri and stick this shit in that guy's ass? All right.
Yeah, plug it. Yeah.
I'm bored.
Yeah. Get the spaceship. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think it explains all of that stuff. I think a lot of that stuff is actually bullshit.
The probing?
I think a lot of the alien abduction stuff is probably bullshit.
It's
I'm not 100%.
Conflated sexual abuse that's been kind of rewritten in their head.
And then like whatever that thing is where you get paralyzed when you wake up paralyzed and shit.
Sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis, yeah. I think that there's a lot of things like that kind of work into it. So there are a few cases that are pretty like crazy, but really we don't have any evidence that like I don't know.
But if you take it all together and you add it all up, and you've got these really sexually frustrated aliens who've been hanging around for 30,000 years that are basically us, but maybe a little bit different, won't reveal themselves, but they really, really like to reveal themselves in just horrifically dirty ways.
Okay, so I just read that like Trump's approval rating right now is as low as any other president ever, like whatever, and it's at 30%. And you know what I thought? 30% of Americans are fucking retarded. Like, how is that?
Are we bringing that word back?
Yeah,
okay.
We're embracing it.
Right.
How? Yeah, I don't work for Netflix. 30. Does anybody get that reference? The guy from the executive from Netflix had to resign. Do you hear this?
No.
The guy from
I just figured they were pulling episodes because
the guy from Netflix had to resign because he was in a meeting and he some comedian, I can't remember the comedian, like was using retarded in his act like a lot, and
Tom Segura.
Yeah, well, it was Tom Segura, and then he was in the meeting and everybody's freaking out about it. And he's like, oh, this is what he said. I'm going to edit it because I'm a pussy. He said, God, so I guess retarded is as offensive to people with developmental disabilities as the N-word is to black people. But he used the word.
Yep.
And he had to resign. And that's what I was saying.
Because he was using words
Because he used
comparison.
Yeah, because he, and I feel like that's that's just woke culture, just fucking eating its own tail. I mean, I don't think that. I think the N-word is a ridiculously harmful and hateful word.
It is.
We shouldn't use it.
Yeah.
But when you're even in that context, you probably shouldn't use it. Like, whoopsie daisy.
Yep.
But that's a whoopsie daisy,
So,
not a fucking racial tirade. He wasn't being a racist. He used a naughty word
to make a point.
Right. And his point was, well, kind of naive. I guess he was saying, well, Jesus, I didn't think it was that bad. It must be as bad as the N-word.
Do you think pussy's bad?
Actually, I don't.
Calling somebody a pussy?
I honestly, I've gone all over the place on my whole idea of language. And I like inclusive language. I don't like exclusive language. And I do think that why shit on people who are already getting the short end of the stick. So it makes sense. And that's why I did for years try to take the R word out of my vocabulary, because
I remember
people who have developmental disabilities are already fucked. Like, why also pile this upon them? Okay. But then again, I don't think that's what that word means anymore. That word does not refer to people with developmental disabilities anymore. Ever. You would never say that to somebody who had a developmental disability, unless they were being retarded. Like, then you would, right? Like,
yeah, Timmy.
I would say that to somebody with it, just like I would anybody else who's being retarded. You knock it off.
Yep.
So yes. I feel like that word's okay.
Okay.
But I also find it kind of offensive, and I coming from my position of privilege, that people are putting the R word and the N word in the same fucking category, because come on, brother.
Not even close.
We are talking about a word that was used to refer to people for hundreds of years in a racially hateful way. And we're talking about a word that at one time wasn't offensive, but then people used it offensively, became offensive.
Yep.
And now it does not mean what it used to mean. Language has evolved. I like retarded.
So Tom Segura would agree, yeah.
Plus, black people can use the N word, and I'm kind of retarded, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Do you ever? What was that? What's that one comedian? I don't know what the hell his name is, but he's he's redheaded English guy, and he plays piano or whatever. But he has that song, "Only gingers can call gingers gingers."
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Or only a ginger can call a ginger ginger.
Yeah, ginger's not offensive though.
I know, but actually, it is more so in England, but not as much now. So the reason that ginger was so offensive is because it's a racial slur for Irish people or Scottish people in England, kind of.
I'm not offended.
Well, I know, but it's kind of, because obviously there are redheaded people, but it's basically like saying, "Oh, you have Irish blood, you fucking ginger." That's what they were saying, but now it's not even. I mean, even in England, it's not. I mean, they use it in fucking Harry Potter, so it's
right.
I mean, it's obviously not as. Plus, the English they sure can use cunt. Man, they like that fucking word.
God, that's why I like the English, because that's a great word.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, I'm so grateful for the Hound. He let us reclaim it.
Oh God, yeah,
yeah.
No, I'm just sad again.
Yeah, we went out to 9th Street the other night, and big old night on the town, and me and Sam and Thar sat around at a bar, and talked about fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's
So geeky.
I mean, we could have talked about anything, but it never would have been fun.
Yeah,
Like real fun. It's always geek shit.
it's always geek shit.
It's either Aliens or it's fucking Game of Thrones or it's fucking The
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
we'll talk politics for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, then we get bored of it.
We're bored.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, you sidetracked me on the retarded thing.
Sorry.
So, 30% of the country
Is retarded.
is retarded.
Yeah.
So,
Confirmed.
what was my point on that? Something about believing that they.
Aliens. Oh, you got it. Okay. Or do you want me to touch your fingers?
So you were saying you take it all together, all of the alien abductions together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And all of that evidence, and I say 30% of humans are retarded. 30% of Americans are retarded. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of dumb people doing that, like, say a lot of dumb things that doesn't mean they're true.
Yeah, and people generally try to sensationalize their own lives because they're in fucking shit. So
I mean, I feel like they like alien abduction is, I put it in the same category as like haunting and
Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot, or not poltergeist, but possession. You know, like, is there something there? Is there weird shit that happens every once in a while? Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I don't think it's actual real. It's just weird. You know,
there's so much shit that I don't believe, but I've had a couple of incidents.
See, I'm the same way.
A couple of incidents of like haunting like stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I'm a fucking
I saw
believer,
an apparition, like an actual like body.
Yeah.
A person one time, and it's a weird place because it was 2 doors down from the hospital. 2 doors down from the hospital. That Jables. It was Jables' house.
Yep.
And that house apparently had been around for a really long time. And it used to have it used to be a place where nurses lived, like back when it was nuns lived, because it was a Catholic hospital apparently.
I'm already creeped out.
It was a little creepy. So first day I was moving in, I had a box of shit. I pulled in, get out of the car, go into the house. Jesse's car wasn't there, right? So I didn't think she was home, and I got a box of shit, and I go through the door, and I turn around, and as soon as you walk in the door, it goes down the steps, and there's like and so you could, if you weren't paying attention, you'd go right down the steps.
Yeah.
And as I come in, I see a girl walk by the steps. Didn't think anything of it. I only saw her like kind of at a glimpse of her, but I saw her.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, I didn't know you were home, blah, blah, blah." I'm talking to her.
Yep.
Set my fucking box down. Kind of wondering why she's not answering. And I go downstairs and there's fucking nobody there. And
Yep.
I was like, fuck, this is day one?
Yep.
Fuck this.
Yep.
So, I'm a hypocrite, like right to the core of my being.
What?
I just know it. I mean, everybody is, but I know I'm a hypocrite. Like, I don't believe in. I think that cesarean section is absolutely weakening the human race. Both of my children were born by cesarean section. Like,
yeah, because you had no choice.
Right. So
Yeah.
I obviously am okay with cesarean section, but I actually think it's like making the human race weaker. I don't believe in ghosts, but I saw one. You know what I mean?
I don't know what I believe.
Well,
I have 3 stories.
hit me.
The first one is we moved into the house over on C Street, and Jenny and Kurt moved us in, right?
Yeah.
Everything was done, and we didn't have to do much. We moved in, and in the bedroom upstairs, we were getting ready to go to bed, I think the first night there, and in the middle of the bed, there was a huge puddle of water. And we're like, well, what the fuck is this? And we thought they put a joke on us and put water in the bed to fuck with us the first night there. Turns out, no, that was not the case. And there was no leak, no nothing. That's the first story in that house. Second story is, which I didn't.
What does ghost pee smell like?
It just smelled. It didn't smell like anything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
spooky.
There was no ectoplasm, no nothing. It was just wet. Amanda can back this one up. The second one, I'm downstairs in the same house. And this house was built in 1888, by the way, a railroad house. Downstairs in the house, sleeping on the couch. And it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'd fallen asleep watching TV or whatever. And I heard something, and I was like, I start to wake up, and I look over at the kitchen, which is about 25 feet away, and there's a big, huge dude wearing a dirty white T-shirt with overalls on, and he's just standing there, and he's like just looking at me, and I blink, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I got all panicked out, and then there's nobody there. The third story, and that one, I almost wanted to move. The third story, I'm upstairs. Maddie's in her room, and she's really young, and she's crying like crazy, right? She's really upset, and she's supposed to be taking a nap or something like that. And I'm in the bedroom. I thought Amanda was in the house, and I hear a woman's voice saying, "Don't cry, it'll be all right. Don't worry."
Dude, I'm getting all the shiveries.
Amanda's not in the house, and I'm like, and then Maddie, by the way, swears that there was somebody living in her closet. But you're a kid.
Do you have to pay a ghost, like nun or nanny? Do you have to pay a ghost nanny?
I didn't. Am I in trouble?
It's probably
Taxes?
why. There is a union. There's a ghost nanny union.
Well, I mean,
no, that's fucking freaky. Yeah. So in that house, after I saw that, I was freaked the fuck out. But I don't believe. I'm a skeptic. So, I mean, I just had an hallucination. But
same. That's what I think, too.
Yeah, I think they were hallucinations. Kind of hard to hallucinate water, but that part is weird.
But that could have been just a joke that they denied.
Yeah.
And they're going to deny to their dying days. Like,
could be.
We fucked with them.
That would be the most realistic.
Right.
But it's weird when it starts to be physical things. And then when the collaboration of Maddie, like, because she stopped crying, too, right? You heard the voice and
yeah, because I went in to check on her because she was quiet and everything was fine, and there's nobody in the house. She was outside.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's the one that bothers me more because I woke up and I saw this dude, and I was probably half asleep, and I was like, my brain was probably, you just watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something stupid, and you're freaking out, something like that.
The thing that bugged me but see, like you said, when you heard that voice, you didn't think, "What the fuck?"
No, it was normal. It was fine.
It was normal.
Yeah.
That was the same thing. Like the dude standing in the living room, that was like scary.
Yeah.
Right. But like when I saw the girl walk by the steps, that didn't freak me out at all.
Because you thought somebody was
there. I sat there and had to continue to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And then was like, what the fuck? And I mean, I was freaking out and I like went around the house and then I like called Jessie and I was like, where are you? And she goes, I'm at Cub. I was like, because I would thought she was fucking with me. I was mad. I was like, you can't be fucking with me my first fucking day, But then,
yeah, fuck that.
She had this old rosary that belonged to her grandmother or whatever, and that she kept on her dresser or whatever. And that fucking thing would like appear in the weirdest places, and like that would bug the shit out of me. But like
that shit would bother me way more because that's.
But was she like hiding it all over the place? She swears she wasn't. She swears up and down she wasn't. It also seems completely outside of her nature. Like she's not a practical joker or even friendly. So I don't know. But yeah, so
and the funny thing is
but I never had I never got like, it was all right.
Yeah, I never got hurt or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I always have you always get the
little tingles.
But yeah, I mean, that's just humans being fucking a fearful creature.
Yeah.
But I hear other people's stories. I'm like, you're full of shit.
You're fucking full of shit.
Whatever, dude. I don't care.
But I've had my own.
Yep.
So that's the funny thing.
Not a believer.
But yeah, you're still full of shit. Meta is working at the Washington school this year.
Yep.
Doing her lunch lady gig. And that school is pretty infamous for hauntings.
Right.
It burned to the ground a long time. Nobody died in the fire, but there's like still really old parts of it that predate the rebuild, which was in like the 20s. We did a bunch of research on it the other night, but there's also like weird ass tunnels that go all over the place underneath there and shit.
That's the best right there.
Yeah.
Wasn't it rumored that Last Turn is haunted?
Yeah, there's actually a tunnel that goes from, so fucking freaky, from the Last Turn to the school. And to otherwhere. There's like a network of tunnels underneath Brainerd. Most of them you can't.
Was this from like an original like steam heating project or something? Because they do that in Duluth. They have like the steam network in downtown Duluth.
I don't know the right answer, But the answer
best
that I
answer
think it is
Mhm.
it was from they all predate the 20s in prohibition and bootlegging.
Oh, that's a good answer. I
That's
like that answer.
well, and I
actually.
mean there is a definite connection to the Chicago mob and the Brainerd Lakes area. I mean, an undeniable connection. They're fucking, what was the one guy shot up the bank in Brainerd? I don't remember what the guy's name was.
Really?
Yeah, there's bullet holes in the old Elks building that were from, Smiley Ass Smith or whatever the fuck his name was.
That is a terrible gangster name.
Yeah, he was
Smiley
goofy.
Ass
Smiley
Smith.
Ass Smith.
Is he mooing to people and it's like, wow, that looks like a smile. Smiley ass. Huh, that's
Oh
their name
shit!
now.
Smiley Ass Smith's here.
Did he wipe? Oh, God damn it, Smiley ass.
Hope it's not buckweeds.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, buckwheats and things to do in Denver when you're dead.
God damn, good pickup. I put that on my list of greatest movies.
Really?
Back when, I loved it, and
I mean, it's good. I enjoy it.
Well, I ended up looking at some scenes of it on YouTube, and then I watched all of it in chunks on YouTube. But yeah, it's a great movie.
Shit eaters.
So, yeah. There's so many. One of the things I loved about, if you haven't seen it, you probably won't. It's an 90s movie, maybe early 2000s.
Andy Garcia,
Yep.
Treat Williams, fuck.
It has like shit tons of people in it. Whose name I can't remember right now.
Steve Buscemi's in it too.
Steve Buscemi
he's
is
actually the hitman, right?
Yep, he's
the buckwheat guy.
He's Mr. Smile or something like that. Was what made me think of it, because he's got a name that doesn't, Mr. Small. It doesn't sound scary.
Right.
And then it's like it's buckwheats. Buckwheats for everybody.
Buckwheats all around.
Buckwheats all around. Fuck.
He's got a history of having non-threatening names. Mr. Pink.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
Really, what kind of was non-threatening. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the cast.
Always fun.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
I'll be back.
Maybe what, a year? How long before you come back? Maybe summer?
No,
Yeah, you come back in the fucking winter, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to come back in the winter, I think. Yeah.
Why?
I might not drive, but, well, I mean, family.
Oh, yeah. I just can't. I don't know. I guess, really, it's not really that big of a difference, though, because Colorado's not exactly like, I mean, it's a little bit better climate, but there's still snow, and it's still shit.
Oh, yeah. It'll dump snow, but it melts faster,
Yeah.
and it's warmer in the winter, and that's about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So, but it's not like you're in
No, it's not this cold.
New Mexico or whatever,
No.
and then you're going to come up here. You'd have to really like your family.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man.
All right, well, see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the podcast today. It sure was fun catching up with old Samwise Gamgee. So, after we got done recording today, I heard the news. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died today. And I don't know why, but this has hit me pretty hard. I don't know a ton about her. I just have listened to a few podcasts, and I just think she seemed like such an incredibly cool woman. And of course, this is going to turn this political cycle into even more of a fucking nightmare than it is already. Anyways, here's a little Notorious B.I.G. to say goodbye to the Notorious R.B.G.
Check it out. Shoot my
I like this.
Yeah. Now, to all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club, sipping Moet is where you find me. The back of the club, macking holes, my crew's behind me. Mad question asking, blunt passing, music lasting. But I just can't quit because one of these honeys Biggie got to creep with, sleep with, keep the ep a secret. Why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig and in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benzes. See notes by the layers. True fucking players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the chronic by the tree. I love it when you call me Big Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing niggas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Why? Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Straight up, honey, really, I'm asking. Most of these niggas think they be macking, but they be acting. Who they attracting with that line? What's your name? What's your sign? Soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your interests are. Who you be with? Things to make you smile. What numbers to dial? You gon' be here for a while. I'm gon' call my crew. You gon' call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Plans to leave, throw the keys to little C's. Pull the truck up front and roll up the next blunt so we can steam on the way to the telly. Gon' fill my belly. A T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right, boo? Forget the telly, we just go to the crib and watch a movie in the jacuzzi. Smoke L's while you do me. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing niggas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.
How you living, Biggie Smalls?
Imagining Benz giving ends to my friends and it feels stupendous. Tremendous cream, fuck $1 and a dream. Still tote gat strapped with infrared beams. Chopping O's, smoking line optimals, money holes and clothes, all a nigga knows. A foolish pleasure, whatever. I had to find the buried treasure, so grams I had to measure. However, living better now, coochie sweater now. Drop top BMs, I'm the man, girlfriend.
Honey, check it. Tell your friends to get with my friends. We could be friends. Shit, we could do this every weekend. That's right. Alright? Is that alright with you? Yeah. Keep banging.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing niggas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Check it out, now folk shit for that ass. Puff Daddy, Biggie Smalls, Junior Mafia, represent baby.